Thank you for joining me for the third week of the guided doodling sessions with the Jeweled Leaves collection. In the last 2 weeks, we've built up our doodle library with the lines, the circles, the triangles, and dots. We've created some really fun, interesting patterns and shapes within these boxes, and then really finding interesting ways to connect the shapes within the mandala. So today we're going to move on and we'll be focusing on two new marks. And I'm just moving these pages aside. And what we're going to do is start in the upper left corner of the first box, and we're going to start with some V's. So these are two lines connected in a V. And just going across the box, doing V's, equal size, equal distance apart. Not worrying about exactness, just getting into a flow and just thinking about other things that we can do with V's. Doing tall, thin V's. Maybe in a pattern, doing two tall, thin ones, and then a smaller one. So anything that we can think of with V's. And again, not worrying about perfectly straight lines or anything like that, just allowing our hands to flow. Maybe some V's that are upside down. Across the box. Could add some V's within those V's across the box. And I'm just seeing where my hands are guiding me. We could do V's together, which kind of end up being an X. We could alternate the pattern, doing them right side up and upside down. And just thinking about any other patterns with V's, seeing if anything else is coming to me. And sometimes nothing is coming, but I just move my hands. Sometimes I end up doing the same thing, and that's okay. Just keeping the hand moving. Coming up with patterns. So the next thing, just moving inside the shapes here, thinking about patterns to do just with V's. So maybe I want to do V's inside the shape all the way up. And not worrying about being perfect, perfectly straight, perfectly distance apart. Just allowing my hands to move. And then moving inside here. Maybe you want to do a V like this. And that's creating another shape within the shape by adding the V's as they are here. Just coming up with patterns. Just releasing any judgment, any like and dislike, just allowing the hands to move. Just moving on. Being as detailed as you'd like or as simple as you'd like. You could just simply add one V into a shape. And then once you completed all the V's within the shapes, moving to the outside and seeing if you can think of anything to do outside the shape. So maybe I just want to add a small V at the bottom. And that could be it. Or maybe I want to add a large one on the side. And then maybe make it symmetrical or not. I chose the symmetrical. I'm just adding some more. And just moving shape to shape, adding V's on the outside. And they don't have to be touching. I could do V's like this. I could continue on with those. Maybe I want to do another row and see what that looks like. And then whenever you're ready, just moving on to the next shape. Just doing a row of V's down, maybe getting a little bit smaller as I go. Or maybe I want to cap this one off with a V and continue that on. I'll do an upside down one here. Anything that you can think of with V's. And I'm feeling finished, although now I want to come back to this one and add a little one right up there, just to see what it looks like, because we're going to be using this just as a library to gather ideas from. So the whole pattern as it is here doesn't need to make sense, but just giving ideas that we can look at later when we're creating mandalas. So you can go back to any of these if you'd like and add more V's. And then once you're done with that, moving on to the second box, we're going to go for a teardrop shape. That's a point at the top and a round base. We're just doing teardrops. Just equal size, equal distance apart for that first row. And then considering anything that else we can do with these. Just creating patterns, maybe large and small. Going in that pattern. Not concerned with exactness. You could do teardrops within teardrops. You can put them in a pattern. This is where we start getting into looking like something. So this is like a flower with 4 teardrops. Maybe I want to try one with more. 5. Trying to do some upside down and right side up. Just allowing my hands to guide me. Do some like that. Just 2. Kind of looking like the top of a bow. And then moving on to inside the shape. So thinking of things that I can do with the teardrops within the shape. So maybe I want to do that pattern of 4 within there. Or maybe add one up here. And then do a bunch of teardrops all within a big teardrop. And again, just getting as much detail or as little detail as you'd like. Just adding teardrops this way that work into the point of this shape here. And do I want to put anything else? Maybe I want to add those. This isn't coming out very symmetrical, but again, that's okay. I'm just getting ideas. I'll be working from the bottom here. Just do a line of teardrops. Small ones here. Again, they don't have to make sense together. We're just giving ourselves a bunch of ideas that we can draw from later. And sometimes I just want to go to one that I've already done and just add. Here, maybe I just want to do one. See what that looks like. And then once you're done with putting the teardrops within the shapes, coming up with ideas outside of the shapes. So what can you think of with teardrops? Maybe I want to work with the one I have on the inside and then do this. And I'm liking how that looks. And maybe do one down here like this, 2 teardrops. And I'm enjoying that, doing the 2 like that. So I'm going to continue that in this shape here. Start seeing what kind of shapes that you enjoy making. Do you like shapes that have rounded edges versus doing lots of straight edge shapes? Just allow your hands to guide you. So maybe do 3 teardrops up there. And I could do the same. Start with 2 and see if I want it. Maybe I want to add a big one. Just continue that shape down. So what else can I think of? And I'm just going back to that, the double, which is feeling like a favorite of mine right now. The triple. Anything that you can think of with teardrops. And then once you're done with that, we're going to move on down to the mandala, and we're going to think of ways that we can connect the shapes of the mandala to bring that mandala together. So I'm going to start in the center, and we're just going to focus on V's and teardrops. So whatever shape that you want to start with, and if you just want to do one of them, you can do that. So I could connect all of these just with teardrops. Just see where my hands lead me. I'm thinking of V's. The bottom of this shape is kind of like a V, so I'm going to bring that down. Just turning the mandala as I go. Not worrying about if it's perfect. Again, I committed to using a pen. I'm not trying to do something where it's exact, then I'm going to go back and erase it. You are absolutely welcome to if that makes you feel more comfortable. I'm just committing and moving along at this point. Just turning it, really enjoying how this is looking. Wondering if I should continue the V's. Got 2 thoughts that they would go this way, and I'm going to just go for it and see what it looks like. I almost did them the same direction as the other ones, but I wanted to try this. And I know I could do as many of these as I want. So just choosing something. Just bringing this mandala together with these shapes. And this is looking really cool here. And I'm trying to see if I want to add some more teardrops. So I'm thinking about doing something like that. Wondering if I can replicate that as I go along. I'm just going to do it on this side. So 2 teardrop shapes. Trying to replicate it as much as I can. And then deciding if I want it symmetrical or I could keep it like that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do the same to the other side. Just releasing anything that I consider a mistake. Just keeping my hand moving. If I need to rest and scan for ideas, I can do that too. Sometimes I turn it and just look in different directions, but I'm really loving this just the way it is. I don't think I'm going to add anything else at this point. And you continue as long as you'd like. I thank you for joining me again today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next session. Thank you.